Good evening, everybody, and we are on Everyday KT number 38. We're talking about modern kilts here. Non-tartan, utility styles, what a lot of people call them. Kilts made out of all kinds of stuff that's not wool and not made like what you're seeing folks in the pipe band wear. And I'm wearing this one as a prime example. Yes, it is leather. It was a gift some many moons ago, and it doesn't get very much wear because, well, it's leather, and it's very, very hot in the summertime, and even in the winter, the thing traps heat like a space blanket. So we're talking about basically utility style kilts, and I'm going to run through several different styles that I have and give you the pros, cons, and whatnot. First thing I'm going to tell you, though, is no matter what utility style kilt you're buying, with the exception of a new change at Utilikilts, where they have the crap, I forgot, the switchbacks. That's what they're called, the switchback. They kind of give a little bit. The modern kilts are not forgiving in any way. They are not adjustable, period. What you get, it's like a pair of jeans. You put it on, and that's what you get. So we're going to go over some of the ones that I have that I've collected over the years, give you the pros, the cons, and what do we got about each style. So of course we're going to start with, as I've mentioned before, Utilakilts. This is my Survivor Utilikilt. As you can see, it's stained, it's beat to hell. It's an old olive drab. I think it was sewn. It's either 08 or 05. I can't read the tag anymore. It actually has a tag that says when it was made. These things were pretty much the gold standard of modern kilting. They don't make these anymore. What they've done is here in the back, they've actually cut out a big chunk here, and they have a cording system similar to what you see on the back of a corset. So these actually will move and grow a little bit as you do. An awesome innovation, I think, for modern kilts, because all of the other kilts I have, save one, do not do this, and it's a shame that they don't. But these things are awesome. Like I said, this one is I don't know, maybe almost 10 years old, and the cool thing, it has what they call a modesty snap in underneath somewhere. If I can find it, yeah, right here. See right here, they have this little toggle system. This little toggle system here. What that does is that keeps the kilt from the apron from flying open. Very awesome. Very awesome stuff. So, this one stays in my closet most of the time because it's really old. It was, I think, my second kilt ever, and I don't want to ruin it. Bring it out on special occasions. If I go up and see Michael up at the Utilakilt's booth, wherever he may be working around here, up in the Boston area. But other than that, it doesn't get much play. Quinn, can you get me the one that's on the back of my door? So, a couple ones to go through. So this one, let's see, sorry. I really love this one. It's a little small for me, but it is a utility style kilt. I don't know the maker, but it is a little thin. And other than that, it's pretty nice. Yeah, you can put it right there. I will warn about one thing though. See these little things right here? These straps on the side, and they're on here as well on this one. These little buggers poke into everything. You'd think, like a traditional kilt, that these would just lock in place, but because the snaps hold the kilt in place, unless you have these things belted down really tight, they will poke into everything. Car seats, pretty much whatever you have that can get poked into, these things will, and these things hurt like a son of a bitch. Some of these modern kilts will have pockets on the side. Some of them are gusseted, like this one here. Some of them are not, like the front, like here. The snaps, like on this one, the snaps are great. Some of them come off. So you got to be careful when you're looking at these modern style kilts. Here's another one. This one was, let's see. Sorry about all the off-screen time. This one was custom made from a friend of mine long ago. And it's pretty awesome. The tartan, it's the snow tartan, and it's a sewn down box pleat. But the cool thing is the system on how it attaches. It uses fast clips like this, see? The inside clip is actually a very narrow fast clip. Goes like that. The outer apron is a larger fast clip. That's it. So this thing will grow and shrink with me almost no matter what I do. Very awesome, but because it's very lightweight and it's a very, very thin box pleat in the back, I don't wear it very often because it's almost like a bag. It's kind of weird. This one, if you are a shooting enthusiast, I highly suggest you picking up one of these for the range. This is the 511 tactical kilt right here. The color, I did that myself, this tan one at one time, but I dyed it using RIT dye. I tried to dye it blue, it didn't work, then I tried to go red and it went some kind of cranberry ugliness. And then I just said the hell with it, threw a bunch of black in it, and I got this, whatever color this is. It is a very well sewn and well done kilt. The problem I don't like about it is, see the apron here in the front? The back's got one too. So I don't wear this much if I'm not on the range. So the awesome thing though is on the range, this is one of the pockets. This pocket, if you can see in there, it has 3 sleeves for pistol magazines. On the right. On the left, it has 2 sleeves right here, right in there, for rifle magazines. So this thing's awesome. It is made out of ripstop nylon that is Teflon coated, and it is waterproof for a short while. This thing gave up its waterproofness about a year or 2 ago, just because I throw it in the washing machine and I bleached the crap out of it trying to dye it and all kinds of other crap. But ultimately, it's an awesome kilt, especially if you like to go to the range or anywhere else where you're shooting something. This is great. I highly suggest them. I know that they're coming out with some new designs. They started doing them about 4 years ago. It was a joke, and you don't joke with guys in kilts. We talked about this before. We bombarded them with requests saying, hey, we want these things, and lo and behold, they showed up a couple of months later. So this is 511 tactical. This one I do know where it came from. So we were talking earlier about innovations that I think are just amazing. The switchback with Utilikilt is awesome, and this is the other one. I believe this one is UT Kilts, but what they did is you take your, you've got your regular, what looks like a standard utility style kilt. It's got the good pockets on the sides. It's even got some extra space in here. But this is the awesome part. Check this out. Right there. You see that? Velcro. Right underneath the front, between the front and the rear aprons. So awesome. It makes the buttons useless. Or not useless, unnecessary. And if you get a little bit bigger, because, I don't know, Thanksgiving, it'll still fit. You start working out, start kicking some ass, it's going to fit. So the Velcro innovation under there is awesome. So I highly suggest that if you tend to change with the seasons, find one of these. I believe it's UT Kilt. Go check those out. So those are some of your standard style Utilikilt and utility kilts. I got a couple other ones that are kind of cool. So some years ago, I think it was after I got a tax return or something, I talked to the fine people over at Utilikilt, and I said, I found this fabric. Can you make me a kilt out of it? And I don't know if you can see. I don't know if it's gonna show up with the lighting, but this is actually made out of the reflective material that they put on the back of first responder jackets and clothing. So I'll post up a picture later. I took a picture with it with my flash on, You hit this with a light and it turns bright, bright white. Just like you're looking at a headlight on a new car. It's not much fun to wear because it's very stiff because I don't wear it very often. It is clearly a one-off. But it's just an amazing piece of workmanship, the way that they did it. They've got this really cool flap here that holds the aprons together. They've got the hardware all over the place. And instead of using buttons, like snap buttons, they use what basically are like old school upholstery buttons. They're very, very cool. So this is definitely one of those kilts that when I can fit into it, it doesn't get much play because it's awesome. Glow in the dark, Dave? Well, you know what, Dave? Okay, you asked for it, you got it. So, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, I found a company in Canada that made glow-in-the-dark snowsuits. And I asked, I'm like, can I get some of that material? What's going on? And they said, sure, let's send it. And they sent it to me. And then I reached out to all of my friends in the kilt making community, and I says, can anybody try this? Do something for me. So this is what they came up with. See this right here? Doesn't look like much, right? It's a standard style kilt. Looks almost white. That staining you see is from a leather sporin on it. But if we shut the lights off, Melanie, you guys see that? Green. It glows. And the awesome part about this kilt is when it's fully charged in the sun, you can read by this kilt. Can you turn it back on, please? Thank you. So, this thing is like, it's an amazing kilt. So the downside to this kilt is that the material is very thin. And it is some kind of nylon that makes my leather kilt look air conditioned. So this never gets worn. I wore it a few times at Scottish festivals out in Oklahoma, but it doesn't get any wear because the buttons are starting to break through a little bit. This happens on all utility style kilts. Can't really see it well, but these buttons here on the top will eventually rip right out. So that, you got to be careful of that, especially if your kilt you think is a little light or a little tight. You could rip those out. And because both the company that makes this fabric and the company that made this kilt are both out of business, this one is the closet kilt. This one stays in there and it gets brought out for stuff like videos, or people want to see something that they'll never see again. I'm pretty confident this is the only one of these in the whole world. So we've talked about all the kilts. So I've said it several times during the video, make sure the kilt fits, because you can tear the crap out of it. Now I wore this one just as a kind of a showcase because I put on a little bit of weight since I put this kilt on. Since I got this, and it kind of shows even more so. I found my old school Kilts Rock shirt just to show it, just to exacerbate it a little bit. When you buy a utility kilt, it is going to be the same size forever, with the exception of the switchbacks and the Velcro kilts. They're all going to be the same size. So if you think even for a half a second that the kilt you're looking at to buy is a little small, get the next size up. If you're going to buy one online, make sure that they have a return policy that if you get it at home, try it on and it's the wrong size, give them a call right then and say, hey, my kilt's the wrong size. Can I bump it up to the next size up? And of course I forgot my scotch tonight. Make sure that you can get the next size, because you can always lose weight. You throw a belt on and it'll cinch these up pretty good, but they don't expand at all. So you just make sure they're always the right size. So can I get a Kiltology volume from someone? And we're on what, 38? So it looks like in about a week and a half is Kiltology number 50, or everydaykt number 50. We're going to do a giveaway of some kind. So it'll be about a week and a half. Who knows? It might be one of my old school or Brotherhood of the Kilt shirts. Angela got it. Oh, 2 volume 1s. So we'll go with volume 1. Boom. Let's see what she says. So yeah, this goes exactly, especially with the glow in the dark kilt and the leather kilt and everything else. Kiltology number 49. This one's been around for a very long time. It has been documented in many cases that a kilt may have the ability to create an invisibility field around the wearer. Some folks' brains just can't handle the kilt and just edit it out of reality. For those of you who know some old school British humor, it's a someone else's problem field. Same concept. You know, they see somebody walking around in the kilt and they just don't know what to do. They're like, their brain stops. You see the gears grinding, and poof, you're just not there. You're not in their line of sight, vision, nothing gone. So that's it for today's Everyday KT. Remember, if you're buying a utility style kilt, does not adjust. Make sure it fits. If it's a touch loose, that's a hell of a lot better than a touch too tight. So that's it, and I will see you tomorrow. Do me a favor, you know, I'm doing this for 38 episodes. Share the video if you don't mind on your Facebook, Instagram, wherever. So hopefully we'll get more people in here. I know we had one guy out in the Brotherhood of the Kilt Facebook group threw up a question and got bombarded with answers. Some good, some bad. Who knows? That's up for him to decide. So, be strong. Put a kilt on. Talk to you tomorrow night.